The room was filled with polished shoes, glittering jewelry, and champagne glasses clinking. But in the middle of that glamour, a black waitress froze, her eyes locked on a document lying in front of a billionaire. She saw something no one else dared to notice. Her chest tightened, her voice silent at first, then breaking through the silence, a warning. The entire room stopped breathing. What she knew could shatter reputations. This is the story of a single warning that changed everything. Welcome, story lovers. From where are you watching? Comment the name of your city. Maya had worked as a waitress in one of the city's most exclusive hotels for 3 years. She moved gracefully through ballrooms where billionaires signed deals over champagne and where she often felt invisible, a shadow in the corners of wealth. Yet, she had dreams bigger than the trays she carried. She studied accounting at night, hoping one day to escape the label society pinned on her. To most, she was just the help, but Maya noticed details others overlooked. That night, the hotel was buzzing with an exclusive gala. Politicians, businessmen, and heirs filled the Golden Hall. Maya adjusted her uniform, her smile professional, though she knew eyes sometimes lingered longer on her skin than on the drinks she carried. She couldn't predict it yet, but her ability to pay attention, an instinct born from survival, would place her at the center of a storm no one saw coming. The gala was more than a party. It was a battlefield of influence. Maya moved between the tables, overhearing snippets of conversations about mergers and contracts. But one table in particular stood out. At its center sat Charles Whitmore, a billionaire known for his empire built on real estate. Tonight, his signature was expected to finalize a deal worth billions. The men surrounding him laughed, their voices heavy with arrogance. They barely noticed Maya filling glasses, except when one smirked and whispered a comment about hiring help for appearances. She kept her head down, but her ears stayed sharp. When the contract was spread across the table, Maya's eyes caught the fine print. Numbers didn't lie, and to her trained eye something was wrong. Hidden clauses stripped entire neighborhoods, mostly black communities, of their homes. It wasn't just a deal, it was devastation disguised in ink. She felt her stomach twist. She hesitated. Who was she to interfere? Just a waitress. But then Charles picked up the pen. The chatter turned into applause. Cameras flashed, waiting to capture the moment. Her heart pounded louder than the orchestra playing nearby. Should she stay silent and let injustice unfold, or risk everything by speaking? Her hands trembled as she stepped forward. The billionaire's pen hovered inches above the page. Maya's voice cracked the room open with words no one expected. "Don't sign that." Silence hit the ballroom like a thunderclap. Every head turned. A black waitress, interrupting a billionaire at the pinnacle of his deal? Gasps followed, whispers cutting through the air like knives. Charles froze, the pen trembling in his hand. Security moved closer, their eyes narrowing at Maya as though she were a threat. Her pulse raced, but her voice didn't waver. She repeated herself louder this time. "The documents," she explained, "weren't just numbers. They were lives. The hidden clauses would erase entire communities." For a moment, the billionaire's face hardened, torn between fury and disbelief. But then, his eyes scanned the page, lingering on the fine print. The room held its breath. Would he dismiss her? Or expose the truth? Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It really helps. The billionaire lowered his pen, his gaze shifting from the paper to Maya. He demanded clarification, and when his legal team reluctantly admitted the truth, the room erupted. The deal collapsed in front of everyone. Maya's risk had cost her a job that night, but it had saved thousands of families from losing theirs. The media picked up the story. Waitress exposes billion-dollar betrayal. Yet beyond headlines, the deeper message resonated. How often are voices like Maya's ignored simply because of who they are? Her warning was more than courage. It was a reminder. Justice doesn't always come from boardrooms or titles. Sometimes it comes from those society underestimates most. How many voices like Maya's will we silence before we finally listen? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.